Chris and Paul present This is the Topic.
True.
It's the adventures of two lifelong friends as they explore a new topic each episode. Join the guys for music and fun. And if you're not careful, you may learn something before it's done. I'm your announcer, Michael Foster. Now, here's Chris and Paul with This is the Topic.
Thank you, Foster17. Hi, Chris.
Wow. Hey, Paul, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Doing wonderful.
You are doing good.
You're doing good? Last time I said wonderful and you just said good.
Yeah. This time, I don't know if I'm all the way to wonderful, but I'm better than good. Mm-hmm. So I think if I use my emphasis the right way, I could say I'm doing fine.
Oh, that's awesome.
But if I just said I'm doing fine, that's a whole different meaning.
Oh, okay.
So you got to listen to tone, all right? Communication isn't just about the words. It's also about how you say them.
I got a lot of cards and letters from last episode.
Sure you did, because we have a lot of people that listen to this.
Dear Chris and Paul, why don't you go swim off the short pier in the deep water? I think I said that thing wrong.
I think whoever wrote that needs to work on their phrasing a little bit.
Yeah.
But we could take a long walk off a short pier.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is a fun show, right?
Dear Paul, stop reading my letters wrong. Okay, thanks. We always get the cards and letters.
We do. Lots of cards for whatever reason.
Yeah, and letters.
With the letters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is the topic.
This is the topic. It's a great show.
It really is.
It's got a fun premise. I can tell people about that if you want.
Would you?
Yeah.
Great. I'd love to know about it.
So, as Foster said, we're lifelong friends. And we get together. And on this particular show, I hold a bag. Okay. That was me shaking my sack.
Yeah.
And
oh, God.
Inside, there are lots of strips of paper that have different topics listed on each one. So what I do is I pull one out.
Okay.
I read whatever the topic is. Then there's a list of a few questions, and we just answer those.
Oh, this should be fun.
Yeah, this should be. So we come up with this just off the top of our heads. No prep.
There's no writers. There's no.
No. And in no way does any of that show in the quality of what we produce.
If you are interested in being a writer, please give us an email at This Is The Topic, starring Chris and Paul, at KCTK Radio, Independence, Missouri, at gmail.com.
I've never... You see so few email addresses with two ats in them. Yeah. That's what makes this show really unique.
AT and then ampersand.
Oh, okay, yeah. So be sure to get the ampersand and the actual at in the right spot.
Right, and if you want to know that detailed email, please drop us a card and letter at your local post office. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, yeah. So here we go. I got the sack.
Okay.
I got a feeling this one's going to be good. Okay, are you ready? This week's topic is nature.
Ooh.
It's going to be a good one.
Nature.
Okay, I like this first question.
Nature.
What's your favorite natural setting to be in?
Nature.
Mm-hmm.
Natural setting. Are they asking like, okay.
Well, how do I?
I guess the only way I would interpret that is I love the beach.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like going into the water necessarily, but I love sitting next to the beach. I don't get the same reaction by sitting next to a lake.
Right.
But a beach is just very nice.
I'm with you. We're here in the middle of the country, and there's lots of lakes in Missouri and Arkansas, Oklahoma, surrounding area here. I like lakes, but there are people that love the lake around here. And they spend every weekend down at the lake. I couldn't do that.
No.
Once a year is probably good for me. But I am with you. A beach is lovely. Mm-hmm. Don't necessarily need to get in anymore and frolic in the waves.
Right.
But sitting by the beach.
I don't even need to go on the beach. I just need to see the water.
I not only need to see it, I need to hear the surf crashing.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to Alabama.
Okay.
To the Gulf Shores.
You're in Alabama right now.
Right now I'm down there.
Yeah.
And they don't even know it.
Right.
But there's something about being like, in a condo, a hotel, whatever, that's close enough to the beach where you can open up the window at night and as you're sleeping, listen to the surf crash. I mean,
but
my
open
God.
In the morning, just sitting there looking at the ocean, maybe having yourself a little cup of coffee or something.
Dude, I was just going to say that.
Yeah, and just relaxing.
That's what I'm loving about Alabama, where I am right now, is getting up in the morning, making myself a cup of coffee, just going out on the deck.
I mean, here you are.
You can hear the ice in my coffee.
I got a cold brew.
Yes. Now, all of that to say, I love the beach, but I think my favorite natural setting may be the mountains.
Really?
Yeah. As much as I love the beach, and I don't know if I could choose between the two, but if I had to, if I had a Sophie's choice,
Okay.
I would have to choose the mountains.
I know I sound like the kid that went to band camp and keeps talking about it, but I want to tell you that we sat on the beach in Sicily, the Mediterranean Sea, and looked to I guess it was our left, and saw the mountains.
Oh, that's the best.
I mean, it was just so wonderful.
I haven't done that in Sicily, but one of my favorite cities in the world is Vancouver, British Columbia.
Okay.
Because you've got gorgeous mountains and you've got the ocean right there. And having that combo is, it's muy good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means, folks, that means a lot good.
It does, yes. Yes, muy translates to a lot, and of course, good translates to good.
Sure it does.
How often do you get out into nature?
Wow, I don't really get out into nature that much. I guess I go in my backyard. Is that outside?
Could be.
You know, the family and I went to Arizona, and we went on a nature hike. Which we've never done as a family. We've never done anything like that before.
Did you enjoy it?
We enjoyed it, so that was fun. And then we went over to went on a tour of the spiritual vortexes. Vortexes? I don't know the plural of a vortex of Sedona, Arizona.
Oh yeah, they've got all kinds of weird hippy dippy stuff going on there.
So we were out in the nature that time. But I don't really go out that much.
I think for me over time I've shifted my definition of what getting out into nature means.
Oh yeah, I'd like to know what that is.
So when I was a kid, I was in Boy Scouts and we'd go camping and hiking, and that was nature. I guess I'm citified now.
Now you roll down the window in your car.
And that, like today at work, I work on the lovely Sprint campus. We've got lots of trees and grasses and things.
Oh, wow.
Jane is right.
And wait, I'm not sure how that relates. But
okay.
But I had a meeting cancel. I had 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm getting out and walking around the campus and enjoying the trees and the class. And to me, that's maybe as close to nature as I get these days. So I don't get out a lot. Although, a couple of weekends ago, I think now, since I'm in Alabama at this point.
Yeah, you're in Alabama right now.
I took my girls to Go Ape.
Oh, yes.
In Swope Park. And it's
I listened to, I've Got Something to Say.
Yeah.
Episode 55.
Yeah, another quality program brought to you by the good folks at KCTK Radio. Yeah. And I talked a little bit about that.
Did you?
What?
Go Ape?
I did go ape.
Okay.
And it was a ball.
Did you go full chimp?
I did go full on chimp.
Full Ponzi?
Yes. Chimpanzee, which of course is the French.
Right.
But as I'm driving through Swope Park, I'm like, this is a gorgeous area. Mm-hmm. I guess maybe now that I'm older, I'm paying attention more.
I find that to be my case too. I find that. I know what you're saying. I agree with you on that. I am also noticing more and more. I'm noticing like trees.
Yeah.
Like, that's an interesting tree. What kind of tree is that? Why is that here?
Yeah. And so we're driving through Swope Park and I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. Which I believe, I don't know if it still is, but there was a time when it was the second largest urban park in the country. Yeah. Right behind Central Park.
Yeah. Back in 1966, Gary Swope donated it to the city of Missouri, as it was called at the time. And his family have always decided to keep it up. So you have Gary Swope. You have Mary Swope, his wife. You have Jerry and little Susie Swope too. Don't forget about her. So they've kept it up since then.
I don't believe any of that's true.
Okay,
but
I don't remember. Wikipedia it, everybody.
I'll check it out. It could be true. I don't know. And then
I loved it that I started and you just let me.
just watched you tumble down the mountainside.
I appreciate that.
But then we get out into the trees where actually, like, you climb up, you're high, 30, 40 feet above the ground, going between trees. You're doing zip lines. And I just thought, man, this is gorgeous. I am really loving it. But after 2.5 hours, I was ready to get right back to civilization.
And when you say back to civilization, what is it that you want to go to? Well, my guess it was called air conditioning.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Wanted the AC and actually wanted to go to KC Taco and have some tacos and a margarita in the AC. Couldn't get in because it was a early afternoon on a Saturday and the river market was too crowded. So we had to go to Lulu's, which was also good.
Mexicans.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No, I do not subscribe to that. Okay. And then, okay. Last question on this one, Paul.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is kind of a toughie. What's the farthest you've been from civilization?
Ooh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I don't know if I've really been that far away from civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the Colorado mountains, perhaps, but there was always trails every place I'd been. I never really went exploring anyplace else. You drive through Kansas and you think you're away from civilization.
Yeah, that's the truth. God, Western Kansas. Hello.
Yeah, I spent many nights in Jefferson City, and there's a real strong argument to say there was no civilization there. But I really haven't been too far away.
You know what? This is I'm kind of the same way. I've never been, when I've camped, it's been at a campground. Probably the furthest from civilization I've been was when I got lost in a cave on a farmer's land. I mean, I've never felt more isolated.
When you were a Boy Scout?
Yep.
I remember that from I've Got Something to Say, episode 32.
Yeah, it's a great podcast. You guys should check it out. All the fans of This Is a Topic might check out I've Got Something to Say. You could enjoy it, and you'll hear that story and many more.
Right.
On that podcast. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just going to say I was lost in a cave and I felt isolated. I thought I was going to die away from everyone.
But you didn't.
But I didn't.
I hate to spoil it.
Yes. And so all the people that enjoy podcasts these days can be thankful that I didn't die because they can enjoy this and one other podcast.
Right.
Yeah. So that, I guess we've answered all the questions, Paul.
Nature.
I guess it's just really a good reminder. Get out in nature. Enjoy. It's therapeutic. It soothes the soul.
And we talked about 2 episodes ago camping.
Yeah.
I mean, I call this a rehash.
A little bit. It's kind of thematic.
Would you say that you and I are the most citified people in this part of the country?
We have got to be. Yeah. For sure. But you know what? We've got a lot more topics in here. So if you didn't like this one, tune in again. You might like another one.
Maybe not, but that's okay.
Yeah. But, hands down, this is our best one yet.
Absolutely.
This Is the Topic has been a KCTK production, produced by Chris Whiting and Paul Lavoda. All rights reserved. For more information and content, email us at kctkradio@gmail.com. I'm your announcer, Michael Foster.